Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Joshua and this is Rooftop. In this workshop, we're going to be creating a pencil drawing. But what exactly are we going to be drawing? We'll be doing a Christmas bell. So let's start and see how we go about it. Okay. So I have my book ready over here. Right, and what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to start off by drawing the basic shapes. So I'll just put up the reference for you so you can see what exactly I'm going to do. Second, yeah, there you go. So this is what we will be drawing. All right. So first, I'm going to start off by just drawing the basic shapes that I need. So what I mean by that is like the shape of this bell you can see over here. So it'll be slightly triangular, but not exactly. So for that, I will start off by, okay. Right, and then over here, I'll add this and then draw this part upwards slightly. So if this is the center, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to imagine a straight line here. And then just draw this upwards like that. Okay. So something like this. Maybe I can take this in a little bit deeper and then erase the rest. Right, and then this side as well, I'm going to add the other bell. Just like this, and we can draw this part upwards. Now I can start drawing the leaves inside. And we can overlap these lines. Since this is just a rough drawing, we can easily overlap it without having to, think too much about it. Alright, and then I can start adding the decoration on top of the bells. Just like this. Okay. And then I can draw another leaf this side. So now I'm just drawing the shape so that once I need to start shading it, it will be a lot easier to, remove any of the unnecessary details. So over here. Okay, like that. And then at the bottom, I can add the pendulum part of the bell. Okay, then after this, we can then start to add the ribbons that are there on top. So over here, I'm just going to draw the shape like that, like a small heart. And then I'll take this up. Like this. And bring it back down there. And then the same thing over here on the inside. Just like this. Yeah, there you go. Something something like that. Okay. And then we can start adding the final bits and pieces, I guess you could say. So over here, and then over here. Yeah. Okay, just like this. Alright, now we can start with the shading part. So inside of the bell, we have these few stripes over here, which adds as a decorative element for these decorations. Okay, now I can start off by just darkening this part a little bit. And then on the inside, so I'll just darken the bottom line, not the top, just the bottom part. And then start shading it in. Just like this, and then a little bit over here as well. I'll just draw a line first and then shade the inner part of the strip. Just like that. And then this side we can make it a little bit darker, then a little bit towards the middle and slightly towards the end, just like this. Okay, Yeah, there you go. On this side I can lighten it up a little bit. Then as I come towards the edge again, I can go for a darker tone here. All right. I'll just make this back to normal. Okay, there you go. Zoom in a little bit. Much better. Okay, now that we're done with this one, we can move on to the next. So in case you want to smoothen this out a little bit, you can very gently go over the parts, with a slightly rougher edge. Like if you look at this area here, I can just go over it very gently like this. And then you'll get that nice blended kind of texture to it. Okay, and then the same thing here. We'll go for long strokes. Just like that. And when you're drawing, right, hold the pencil from the middle or further back. If you hold it too close, right, like this, then it becomes very difficult to, sketch. See, if I do it like this, you see, I'm very limited to this area. But now when I hold it from here, it's so much easier for me to draw on a much larger scale, you could say. So you know what, half I will do holding the pencil from the middle, and then now I will do with my pencil over here. See, and I'm using very little force, but look at the difference between these. So this, right, when you hold it from here, it makes your grip extra tight, which then makes it a lot more stiff, you could say, makes your hand a lot more stiff. So over here I can just sort of blend it in. Okay. Yeah, just like this, and then a little bit this side as well. Now as I come here, I'm gonna lighten the pressure on my pencil, so you can get this nice gradation as well. Okay, and then I will draw this part also. Just like that. Now see, now over here we kept a gap and then we shaded, right? But what over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this gap entirely. Like this. I'll darken this side a little bit, like that, and then I'm going to darken this side as well. Okay, then I'm going to take my kneaded eraser or my clay eraser, whichever you want to call it, and I'm going to draw a line like that. Oh, good morning, Raksa. I am using, so currently I'm using a 6B pencil, but if you do have a 2B pencil, you can start with the drawing with a 2B, and then once you start shading the darker tones, like for these areas here, you can then use a 4B or 6B. So right now I'm getting the effect of a 2B pencil just by decreasing the amount of pressure I put on the pencil. So see over here, very lightly. So this is how tight I'm holding the pencil. See, it's super loose. And then I'm moving from my elbow. I'm not moving my wrist or my fingers. I'm moving from my elbow so that there's a lot more control on my hand. Yeah, there you go. See how even it's turned out? And then over here as well. Just a little bit. And then here also. Then I'll take my eraser again. Also, the type of pencil you are using, right? Whether 2B, 4B, 6B, it makes a very minor difference. So if you want, you can even make an entire drawing with just a 6B pencil, but you would need to know how to get that 2B kind of effect. Because 2B, as compared to the higher numbers, like 4B, 6B, 8B, 10B, is much harder. The graphite, that is, it's much harder as compared to 4B or 6B. So due to that, there's less graphite falling onto the paper, hence making the pencil lighter. Whereas 4B, 6B, 8B, or the higher ones, or the darker ones, those have a much softer graphite. So due to that, there's more graphite that sticks onto your paper, and then it makes it a lot more darker. So if you look at this, you can barely even see this line over here, and I did all of that with just a 6B pencil. So what you can do is you can practice different darknesses, I guess you could say, or different intensities of lines. So you can try drawing a very light line, and then you can try drawing a dark, and then you can go from light to dark. It's a very good practice. So you can try different pressure sensitivities basically. There you go, like this. Just make sure your pencil is a bit sharp as well. So I keep rotating my pencil so that I get the sharp side, or the sharper side you could say, every time I try shading. There you go, like this. And then the same thing here. That's going to act as the shadow for the leaf. And then even here, I'll start off. So see, this is how loose I'm holding my pencil. And if you see, I'm moving my entire wrist, not my fingers, moving my entire arm from my elbow, not wrist. So I'm not doing this, neither am I doing this. I'm doing this when I shade. That way you can get this nice light tone, and then I can start darkening it as well a little bit, since I don't want it to blend in with the background here or with the bell. So very lightly I will blend it in. So I will shade it first, and then I will go for the outline. And then I can add the leaf veins over here. Make them a bit uneven so it looks a lot more natural. Yeah, there you go, just like that. And then I will do the same thing over here. Now let me sharpen my pencil a little bit. So the sharper your pencil is, the much better your lines are going to turn out. So now when I try to shade this, okay, so now when I try to shade this, you'll be able to see quite the difference. There you go. So you can see quite the difference when it comes to the finishing of the shading. You can see how much more refined, how much more flat and solid it looks. So see, this is with minimal pressure, and then I can start adding a little bit more. Like that, and then I can add this spot. I can darken it a little bit here as well, so to give it that separation from the two. Yeah, there you go. Over here also, I seem to have forgotten this part. Same thing there. So there you go, you can see how we can get this different depth kind of effect as well by just adjusting the tonal area. So if I darken this part a little more, now you can see the difference between the two leaves and the bell underneath it. There. So the technique I'm using for shading is hatching, where we use lines only to fill up the areas instead of blending. I mean, there is blending in this, but it's a different type of blending. So over here for blending, we use different layers of tones, and then we blend it all together. Just like this. Okay. Then I will shade this area here. Yeah, there you go. And then this part I will darken it a little bit more because the ribbons are right beside it. Just like this. And then for these ribbons that are coming out, I'll add this over there. Add a few lines that side. I will erase whatever is inside of this from the rough drawing. They go much better. And then this side, I can darken it more because it is bending downwards. And over here, I can leave it light, so that will look like it's coming out and then folding downwards like that. 1 second. Okay. And then we'll fill in this area here. And then the same thing for this side. Now since light is coming from here, I'll keep this part a little lighter. I'll darken it towards the fold, just like that. Then here I can keep like a medium sort of tone, you could say. Same thing this side. And then keep a small gap. Just like this. So let me show you how exactly I see it. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. That has been our Christmas bell pencil drawing. So let me show it to you from the front camera as well. This is what we have made. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop. It's quick, super simple, and we're switching a bit between slightly intermediate to advanced and some beginner level drawings and paintings as well. So everyone who's either experienced or inexperienced and want to get to explore the art field can enjoy these workshops. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all again at 3:30. So take care and bye bye.